Did you know that mummification wasn't just an Egyptian practice? Across the world, from the icy peaks of the Andes to the deserts of China, ancient cultures found unique ways to preserve their dead. In this video, we'll explore the strange and fascinating history of mummification beyond Egypt. When we think of mummies, Egypt usually comes to mind, pharaohs and tombs filled with treasures. But mummification has been practiced by many civilizations for thousands of years. What drove these cultures to preserve their dead in such extraordinary ways? Was it for immortality, religious beliefs, or something else entirely? One of the most surprising places where mummification was practiced is the Darim Basin, located in modern-day Xinjiang, China. Here, between 1800 BCE and 200 CE, ancient peoples known as the Tocharians preserved their dead in a strikingly different way. The mummies, often found with their bodies arranged in a fetal position, were preserved in the dry desert climate. Unlike the embalming techniques of Egypt, the Darim mummies were often clothed in woven fabrics, and their faces were preserved with a mix of natural drying and some rudimentary embalming methods. Traveling to South America, we find another intriguing case of mummification. The ancient people of the Andes, such as the Inca and pre-Inca civilizations, practiced mummification in some of the harshest environments on Earth. The high-altitude tombs of the Andes Mountains preserved thousands of mummies, often wrapped in layers of cloth and placed in seated positions, facing the sun. The dry, cold conditions of the region helped keep the mummies intact for centuries. The Inca, in particular, believed that their ancestors' spirits continued to influence the living. So the mummies were often brought out for ceremonies, further blurring the line between the living and the dead. Now, let's head to the Canary Islands, where another surprising culture practiced mummification. The Guanche people, the indigenous inhabitants of the islands, preserved their dead using a combination of natural elements and embalming techniques. The bodies were dried and desiccated in the hot, arid climate, then wrapped in cloth or placed in caves. These mummies, some over 1,000 years old, give us a glimpse into the unique spiritual beliefs of the Guanche people, who believed that death was a continuation of life in another realm. From China to the Andes and the Canary Islands, mummification has appeared in some of the most unexpected places on Earth. Each culture had its own reasons and methods for preserving the dead, but one thing remains clear. Humankind's fascination with death and the afterlife is as old as civilization itself. Next time you think of mummies, remember that Egypt wasn't the only place where the ancient world took preservation to extraordinary lengths. Now, which culture's mummification practices surprised you the most? Leave a comment and let me know. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more strange and fascinating history stories.